Now, an awards programme shouldn't be just about basking in applause for a job well done, however well deserved. It should be more than that. It should be about inspiring others, going to scale, making change happen.
Exactly. So we've been doing the Global Good Awards for, this is our 11th year, and over that time we've had quite a lot of learnings from some of our winners. And so we thought we'd do, what we do this time is we'd invite a few of them up onto the stage to find out how winning a Global Good Award has really helped them make change happen. So, please welcome to the stage former Global Good Award winners who are making their way up even as we speak. We are going to welcome, first of all, Nishy Lall, Group Head of Youth and Social Impact at Sky. Nishy. Followed by Sue Riddlestone, founder and CEO of Bioregional. And last but not least, Alex Robinson, CEO of Hubbub. And joining them, please welcome again to the stage to Emma Burlow, founder, Lighthouse Sustainability, and she's host of the podcast Straight Talking Sustainability, which makes her more or less the perfect person to quiz our winners. Emma, over to you.
Thank you, Martin. Evening, everyone. It's going well so far. Hope you're enjoying the evening. And I'm so pleased to introduce my panel tonight, all previous winners of the Global Good Awards. I'm just going to spend a few moments asking you about the impact that the awards had on all your organisations and what you've done since, really. So I'm just going to dive in. Nishy, would you be able to share with us, what did the edit look like when you won your award in 2022 in terms of impact? And what does the impact that you're making look like today?
Yeah, sure. So the EDIT is our in-schools digital storytelling media literacy programme, which focused on climate change. In 2022, we had 69,000 students registered for the programme across the UK and Ireland. Since then, we took the programme out to Italy, where the education minister there mandated it into every single school to talk about climate change and to educate young people. And then further still, with our sister company, NBCU, in the US, we took the programme there where we focused on well-being, a really important topic for students out there. Globally, we have reached 250,000 young people since we won.
Wow. Wow, can we have a round of applause? 250,000 people reached, or children reached. That's really impressive, Nishy. Well done. And Alex, can I come to you? You've won the Global Good Awards 5 times, or Hubbub have, Alex, I should say. Is there a particular programme that you've won an award for that you're particularly proud of? And similar question, sort of what progress have you made since then?
Sure. So I'll pick the Community Fridge Network. We won Best Campaign back in 2019.
Right.
And back then we had 80 community groups in the Community Fridge Network sharing surplus food in their neighbourhoods. And they shared 1 million meals that year.
Wow, another huge number, thank you.
Since then, we've been able to scale both like the reach and the depth of the network. So last year, we had more than 700 members of the Community Fridge Network in every corner of the UK, and they shared over 24 million meals.
Wow. So we are talking some big numbers. Well done, Alex. Sue, I'm going to come to you. And one of the greats of sustainability, I should say, it's an honour to share the stage with you. What did Bioregional look like when you received your individual leader award back in 2019? So we're looking, pre-COVID. What did your organisation look like then? And what's been your most significant impact since?
Well, when we won the award, we achieved things like helping to get the Sustainable Development Goals, and especially Goal 12. And it's a bit hard to say, have we achieved more impact after some big achievements like that? But I think the biggest shift and change for us was how our work on corporate sustainability really took off around the Glasgow Climate Summit. We were most well known for our work on eco-housing, BedZ Eco Village, and we're still doing that. And in terms of impact, we're helping to make sure there's 25,000 sustainable homes a year and working with the UN on sustainable construction materials, 10% of global carbon emissions, 50% of resource consumption in the world, really important thing to work on. So we're working on that. But people don't realise that when we started out, we were working on products, local charcoal, sustainable local paper loop. And through that, we got to know Kingfisher, and who own B&Q and Screwfix. And so we'd been working with them on their corporate sustainability strategy. We write their sustainable product guidelines. But then after Glasgow, the phones just didn't stop ringing, and now we've been working with 40 companies, I just checked, with a turnover of 17 billion.
Wow.
And so I suppose about impact, we're achieving our impact by sharing our know-how and working with all of these companies who want to make that commitment.
Wow. And so when I knew we were going to be talking about impact tonight, I honestly didn't expect the numbers to be so huge, but it's really great to see so many award winners making, so many big strides, really. Alex, I'm going to say it again. You're a 5 times Global Good Awards winner, and I've got one question for you. Hopefully this will help those who are expecting awards tonight. What is the winning formula?
So I should caveat this by saying I'm really terrible at predicting when we're going to win.
Okay.
So it may not be the best person to ask. But I think there's so many great projects out there. We've seen that tonight. So I've got 3 tips to try to stand out. The first one is to find what's distinctive, unusual, individual about your project or your campaign, and really lean into that, because the judges have got so much interesting stuff to get through, but you need to grab their attention. The second thing is you have to evidence your impact, and you have to do it in a convincing way. And I think you need to say not just what you've done in the immediate impact, but talk about what does that mean, what's the next step, what's the momentum that you have that's going to carry this project or campaign on. And the last thing is, yes, it is a form that you fill out, but it's also a chance to tell your story. It's not a press release, it's not an impact report. You can talk about why this is important to you as an organisation, what challenges you face, what problems you had, and just bring it to life by telling that story, because that's what people connect with.
Well, I couldn't agree more. As a judge, and this is my first year judging, it was really, really tough. And keep it distinctive, make sure you've got evidence, and tell stories. I think that's a really winning recipe. Nishy, how do you believe award programs like this can actually leverage change? And have you got any advice for winners and future finalists?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think when you do win awards like this, it's a real sort of almost that receipt you need sometimes to activate in the business and get that advocacy you need. When we kind of looked at this partnership with Adobe, we were constantly looking at how we could kind of what's the next step, and actually what does it mean for your business, what does it mean for our business, and to unlock every school in Scotland to be deployed with Adobe Express as a tool and a digital tool. The edit was the turnkey for them, so that was a real big business enterprise win for them, because the edit was then proving to them as a receipt of the impact it could have for them as a business. So I think, demonstrating those and having that sort of evidence-based approach for any program you do is key.
Wow, so a real door opener then.
Absolutely.
Yeah, fantastic. I hope you're all listening, because especially those who've won awards tonight, use it to kick doors open. So, just finally, how can our award winners tonight really build on this impact? So it's not just a one-night thing.
Well, obviously, follow that advice and make your own company or your organisation, your initiative as successful as you can, and use that award for that trust and credibility. But I think what I found, looking back, is it's really important. We need to create that systemic change for the issue that you work on. And so partnering, we've seen some great award for partnerships here, but actually working in the ecosystem, especially if there's some sort of policy coming up or some activity going on, that's the way that we can really bring about the wider systemic change that we want to happen and really spread so that everyone's doing what all of you global good people are doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a fantastic networking opportunity, obviously, tonight. So please do use that opportunity. And thank you for finishing us off with that obvious but very, very important point about collaboration. Thank you to my panel. I hope you will continue to enter and win future awards, but well done for the impact that you've already had. Thank you.
Thanks, Emma.